for joining me for our Right to Read story time celebrating Banned Books Week. It's one of the best kinds of celebrations that we do in the world of libraries. It's all about celebrating your right to read whatever it is you want to read. No one else can tell you what you should or shouldn't read. So I'm here to share some books that have been banned or challenged, and they happen to be some of my favorites. So we're going to get started with our song, Hello Friends. So we need our pointer fingers. No, that's my other song. Hello Friends, we need to practice our words in American Sign Language first. So our word for hello, we take our palm facing out, put our thumb over our palm, and we give a little salute like that. So that's the word hello. Our word for friends, we take our pointer fingers and turn them into little hooks. We hook them together and switch them. So that's the word for friends. And then it's time to say hello. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Awesome job. Okay, now we're gonna get our hands warmed up with open them, shut them. So I need our fingers way out wide. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, slowly creep them right up to your chin, chin, chin. Open wide your little mouth, but do not let them in. Very good. Okay, we're gonna warm our hands up with one more song, fingers way out wide for 10 little fingers. I have 10 little fingers and they all belong to me. I can make them do things. Do you want to see? I can squeeze them up tight. I can open them up wide. I can put them together and I can make them all hide. I can make them jump high. I can make them jump low. I can fold them up quietly and hold them just so. Wonderful. Okay, our first book today is Where the Wild Things Are. This is actually a Caldecott Award winner, and it's a book that my dad read to me all the time when I was growing up. So it's written and illustrated by Maury Sendak. Okay. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." What do you think a wild rumpus looks like? Maybe like that. We're jumping up and down and yelling at the moon. Let's see what else they do. They climb in trees. That looks like a lot of fun. And then they have a parade! I love parades. "Now stop," Max said. and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go! We'll eat you up! We love you so!" And Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day and into the night of his very own room where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. The end. So that's where the wild things are. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to sing Two Little Blackbirds next. So I need our fingers up at the ready. We have two little blackbirds sitting on a hill. All right. Two little blackbirds sitting on a hill. One named Jack and one named Jill. Fly away, Jack. Fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack. Come back, Jill. Very good. So now we're going to do two little blackbirds flying through the sky. Okay. Two little blackbirds flying through the sky. One named Low and one named High. Fly away, Low. Fly away, High. Come back, Low. Come back, High. Very good. Last one, they're going to be sitting on a pole. Okay. Two little blackbirds sitting on a pole. One named Fast and one named Slow. Fly away fast. Fly away slow. Come back fast. Come back slow. Very good. Okay. Our next book might be surprising. This is Brown Bear, What Do You See? It's written by Bill Martin Jr. and Eric Carle made all the pictures. Okay. Brown Bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. Red bird, what do you see? I see a yellow duck looking at me. Yellow duck, what do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me. Blue horse, what do you see? I see a green frog looking at me. Green frog, what do you see? I see a purple cat looking at me. Purple cat, what do you see? I see a white dog looking at me. White dog, what do you see? I see a black sheep looking at me. Black sheep, what do you see? I see a goldfish looking at me. Goldfish, what do you see? I see a teacher looking at me. Teacher, what do you see? I see children looking at me. Children, what do you see? We see a brown bear, a red bird, a yellow duck, a blue horse, a green frog, a purple cat, a white dog, a black sheep, a goldfish, and a teacher looking at us. That's what we see. The end. Okay. Now we're going to do a little short song about my favorite turtle, Tiny Tim. So to make our turtle, we're going to start by giving us a thumbs up. And then we're going to put our thumb to sleep right on top of our fist, like that. Then we take our other hand and wave, nice and cupped, and put it right over our thumb. And there's our little turtle. Very good. I have a little turtle, his name is Tiny Tim. I put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. He drank up all the water. He ate up all the soap. And now he's homesick in bed with bubbles in his throat. Bubble, 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 pop. Bubble, 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 pop. I love bubble pop songs. They are so much fun. Okay, our last book today is one of my favorites. It's called And Tango Makes Three. It's written by Justin Richardson and Peter Parnell, and then Henry Cole drew all the pictures. Okay. There we go. In the middle of New York City, there's a great big park called Central Park. Children love to play there. It has a toy boat pond where they can sail their boats. It has a carousel to ride on in the summer and an ice rink to skate on in the winter. Best of all, it has its very own zoo. Every day, families of all kinds go to visit the animals that live there. But children and their parents aren't the only families at the zoo. The animals make families of their own. There are red panda bear families with mothers and fathers and furry red bear cubs. There are monkey dads and monkey moms raising noisy monkey babies. There are toad families and toucan families and cotton-top tamarin families too. That's a lot of families. And in the penguin house, there are penguin families. Every year at the very same time, the girl penguins start noticing the boy penguins, and the boy penguins start noticing the girls, and when the right girl and the right boy find each other, they become a couple. Two penguins in the penguin house were a little bit different. One was named Roy, and the other was named Silo. Roy and Silo were both boys, but they did everything together. They bowed to each other and walked together. They sang to each other and swam together. Wherever Roy went, Silo went too. They didn't spend much time with the girl penguins, and the girl penguins didn't spend much time with them. Instead, Roy and Silo wound their necks around each other. Their keeper, Mr. Garraway, noticed the two penguins and thought to himself, they must be in love. Roy and Silo watched how the other penguins made a home. So they built a nest of stones for themselves. Every night, Roy and Silo slept there together, just like the other penguin couples. I can't miss a page. And every morning, Roy and Silo woke up together. But one day, Roy and Silo saw that the other couples could do something they could not. The mama penguin would lay an egg. She and the papa penguin would take turns keeping the egg warm until finally it would hatch. And then there would be a baby penguin! Roy and Silo had no egg to sit on and keep warm. They had no baby chick to feed and cuddle and love. Their nest was nice, but it was a little empty. One day, Roy found something that looked like what the other penguins were hatching, and he brought it to their nest. It was only a rock, but Silo carefully sat on it and sat. When Silo got sleepy, he slept, and when Silo was done sleeping and sitting, he swam, and Roy sat. Day after day, Silo and Roy sat on the rock, but nothing happened. Then Mr. Gramsci got an idea. He found an egg that needed to be cared for, and he brought it to Roy and Silo's nest. Roy and Silo knew just what to do. They moved the egg to the center of their nest. Every day they turned it so each side stayed warm. Some days Roy sat while Silo went for food. Other days it was Silo's turn to take care of their egg. They sat in the morning and they sat at night. They sat through lunchtime and swim time and supper. They sat at the beginning of the month and they sat at the end of the month and they sat all of the days in between. Until one day, they heard a sound coming from inside their egg. Beep, 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 it said. Roy and Silo called back. Squawk, squawk! Beep, beep, answered the egg. And suddenly, a tiny hole appeared in the egg shell, and then, crack! Out came their very own baby! She had fuzzy white feathers and a funny black beak. Now Roy and Silo were fathers. We'll call her Tango, Mr. Ramsay decided, because it takes two to make a tango. Roy and Silo taught Tango how to sing for them when she was hungry. They fed her food from their beaks. They snuggled her in their nest at night. Tango was the very first penguin in the zoo to have two daddies. Soon Tango grew strong enough to leave the nest. Roy and Silo took her for a swim just like all the other penguin families. And all the children who came to the zoo could see Tango and her two fathers playing in the penguin house with the other penguins. Hooray, Roy! Hooray, Silo! Welcome, Tango, they cheered. At night, the three penguins returned to their nest. There they snuggled together, and like all the other penguins in the penguin house, and all the other animals in the zoo, and all the families in the big city around them, they went to sleep. The end! So that's And Tango Makes 3. That was really good listening, you guys. Very good. So before our last song, I want to show you our craft. You can pick up your Wild Thing crown in the children's department or the drive-up window. You get your crown and a little stylus so you can scrape away all of this stuff on the top of the crown to make your own designs in it because there's a whole bunch of colors underneath. So you get to take your own crown home. All right. So now I need our pointer fingers up in the air for I Am Special. I am special, I am special, you can see, someone very special, that is me, Very good. Make sure to sign up for Miss Sharon's Fire Safety Story Time this week, and then another Zoom Story Time the week after that. We'll see you soon, bye.